People, what's going on? How y'all feeling? It's your brother, Bobby Yeye Jones, coming at you once again with another. Hold on, let's see what's going on over there. They saying they have a problem over there. Problems ain't a big thing. We're accustomed to problems. Let's see. Let's see what they're gonna give us. Is you gonna act right? Is you gonna act up? I ain't gonna lie, Instagram be acting up. They ain't gonna let us go live on Insta. Let's see. Something went wrong. Please try again. It's all good, Insta. We're gonna do that. Let's try to create another stream. Just gonna give it some generic quick type. But like typing all that out at the moment. Let's see if they're gonna cooperate. Let's copy the stream key right here. Come back over here. Make a few edits. We're gonna get into some content, my people. Can we get into some content, please? I want us to get into some content. Not no regular content. Let's get into some thought-provoking content. Let's get into some content that's gonna make some people think outside the box. Hold on, let's try to get this cracking over there. Yeah, I know they mad, right? Yeah, we back at it again, brother Malik. Peace and blessings to you and your. We are back at it again, and it don't stop, baby. They wish we had stopped, but we just can't stop. The most resilient people on the face of this earth. Some of the strongest people on this planet, baby, and we back at it again. I want you to understand your greatness. You understand me? I want you to understand and become familiar with the God that resides inside of you. That's what I want. No, we ain't stopping. No, 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 no. No, we can't stop. We gonna get it cracked. Like the sister Erica Badu say, on and on and on and on. Yeah. We are back at it again. Let's see if we can get some love from IG. Is they gonna let us? Oh yeah, oh yeah. We got some love from IG. Let me cut on this light in the back, man. Get a little light up in this thing. Let me see how that light hit. That light is cool. That's cool. We can work with that. We can work. We can look at you, beautiful people out there, man. Looking beautiful, like the Most High God ordained you to be. You beautiful. If ain't nobody told you, I'm gonna tell you, you're beautiful. And yeah, that go for men and women. And don't play with me with the LGBTQ, LBCD, and all that. Don't play with me with that. It takes a man to be able to acknowledge the beauty in his people, men and women, and be able to vocalize that in a non-sexual way. You're beautiful. You're black. You're beautiful. You're like brown skin. You're beautiful. You chocolate brown. You're beautiful. You're looking like cocoa. You're beautiful. With your caramel complected ass. You're beautiful. You're beautiful people and you don't hear it enough. We need more people to remind you of your greatness and how beautiful you are. You see what the title is, man. We're going to get into some content. Let's read a few comments, man. My folks is coming up in this thing and hollering, and I love them and I appreciate them. Please don't be offended. Let me get some water. I'm quite parched. Quite refreshing. But make sure when y'all drinking that water that you're also getting some natural water. H3O2, I think they call it. Make sure you're getting some H3O2 as well. And that's water that comes from fruits. Make sure you're doing that as well. Make sure you're ingesting the correct amount of salt as well. I think this water is kind of, excuse me. I think this light is kind of throwing off the screen. You feel what I'm saying? But we're going to work that out. It's nothing too major. We can work through that. My partner, Abdullah Isa, says, what up, Bobby 8, man? I am super cool and like a deep freezer, staying chilly like a breeze. It's raining outside. I love the wintertime. I love the rain. Um, I love nature, but I love when it rains. I love when it cools off and kind of like, get a little chilly, man. I love that, man. I've been sleeping with my with my door open and just getting some really, really, really good sleep. You know what I mean? Some amazing sleep. To my people out of California, man, y'all stay safe. I'm not sure if this advisory that they put out for severe weather is actually, taking place throughout, various counties in California. I don't know if it is severe as they say that it is, but if it is, y'all make sure y'all do your part to stay safe. Jay Jeezy, what's the deal? Say peace, Bobby. A peace to you as well, King. My partner MWP Productions. That's Mudarian Production. That's my guy. He's Latino, and I love him. Straight up. He's a decent person. He comes in here. He don't be with none of that racist BS, none of this and none of that. And he intelligently and respectfully expresses his position, whether he agree with me or disagree with me. And that type of individual is the type of individual that I can rock with. Shout out to you, Ken, folks. Much love and respect. Malik Carter says, back at it, yay. Yes, we're back at it again, man. Because I don't think they fully understand, man. Some people don't understand the severity of their actions until they awaken a sleeping giant. They want to call us niggers and don't even know what it means. They just want to be like the white folks and say niggers. Oh, you're a nigger. A nigger? I'm not from Niger. I'm not a nigger. I may be a nigga, certified, bona fide, and stamped and qualified to be such. You feel what I'm saying? But in your ignorance, you're trying to be like the white folks, and the racial epithets that the white folks say to us, you want to echo that because you want to be white. You just want to be white. Guess what? You would never be white. The white folks ain't gonna let you be white. They may let you be close to white. They may let you sit close to them and be now the modern day version of house niggas. That's all y'all is. Modern day versions of house niggas. The reason why they give y'all preferential treatment is because they want to use y'all in the subjugating of black folks, the oppression of black folks. They using y'all. But y'all don't even see it, and y'all feel like, yes, they acknowledge us. The Democrats have now replaced the blacks with us. That's only for a duration of time. You all are subservient. You're looking to be ruled. You're looking to be led. You're looking for someone to govern over you. That's why a lot of you are so submissive. That's why some of your organizations work and function the way that they do, because you're looking to be controlled. You're looking to be you're looking to be relegated to a certain position in life. You don't mind being subservient. You don't mind submitting to the workings of what we call the white man. And this ain't about whitey. This ain't no, 1960s and 50s and, 1970s. Whitey is this type of thing. No, but, just calling a ball, a strike. Let's look at the title. Chicanos contribute nothing. Nada. Not a thing. Not an iota, baby, to the American culture without black contributions in leadership. And it's essentially us versus them. We didn't make it this way. They made it that way. All right. We may be a little better, but you know what? I'm going to do you one better. I am going to put a little bit more light in here. So bear with me. I'm going to just take myself off a camera, but you will be able to hear me. I will continue to be audible. So I am getting up and I am walking, or should I say perambulating? Yeah. Now let me stop playing and cut this light on, man. Let's get a little light up in this thing, baby. We gonna do what we gonna do right now, man. I don't know what they gonna do, but all I can speak on is what we gonna do and what we have done. They want to play these race games. They want to play these race games from a position of being ignorant little homies. You know how the little homie playing and The little homie want to be this, and he don't understand the history. He don't understand the contributions of the big homies. He don't understand the strength of the big homie, the resiliency of the big homie, how ingenious the big homie is. So the big homie got to put something on his ass. And that's what we're going to do today. So all you racists, Latinos, Chicanos, Mexicanos, whose content is rooted in anti-blackness and shooting little jabs, throwing rocks, hiding your hands, we're going to expose you today. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Cali Legends Media, you, my boy, have woken up a sleeping giant. I got off your ass for a minute. But now it's time for me to get back on your ass. And not only am I getting back on your ass, I brought a belt. So now it's a BTA situation. I'm about to put belt to your funky ass, your half-washed ass, your stinking ass, your dog ass, your no-good ass, your racist ass. All your asses is about to be whooped today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put you in a place of a fucking child who doesn't know his place, even though you are my elder. But today we're going to engage in some elder abuse because you're disrespectful. Malik Carter says they would never be above them. But they think that if they get a little bit above us, you are doing something with their lives, but actually do not. I agree with you, brother, and thank you for dropping that wisdom. Okay, the brother say they would never be above them, but they think that if they are a little bit above us, then they think that they're doing something, but actually they're not. You put that 2 times. I appreciate you. That's double the effort. I appreciate that. No, you're absolutely right, though. You're absolutely right in your assessment. And we need to start calling them out. Madarian Production says, if we can't change the program, why not make our own program? That's what my aspirations is, brother. But this is the thing. With the Latino, Chicano, Mexicano people, we have always supported you. We have always shown an abundance of love to you. We have always, since your inception, not our inception, because if you want to talk about the inception of my ancestors, you have to go way past the beginning of the Bible to fully understand the inception of my people, which goes past the 1200s, the 1100s, and it goes back to the inception of this realm of existence that was created when we were planted here by whoever your God is. When God planted us here, formed us, and put us here, that's how far back our history, our story go. Other people don't have that bragging right that says that we go back to the beginning of time when God formulated this thing and said, let this be this and let this be that. My brother is in the building. My brother who I love dearly. And that's crazy because on this broadcast, I really wanted to bring the YA babies up and, we give it to you like that, man. But I said, you know what I mean? It may be misinterpreted. My efforts may be misinterpreted. So I say, man, I ain't going to even include the YA babies on this one. But one of the YA babies from the YA Babies podcast that we're about to launch from the Y to the streets is currently in the building. My brother, I would like to say that I love you. You are dear to my heart, man. And I'm glad that God has blessed us to reconnect. I am glad that God has been merciful in blessing us to still be here to enjoy this thing called life. But back to the Hispanics. Mind over matter. There is no key contributions from the Chicano. We're talking about the Chicano. We're talking about the Chicano people right now. Eh? Let's talk about the Chicanos. We're talking about the Chicano specifically because even though I know and we know that racism and anti-blackness is ingrained in their culture, it is engraved on their heart. It is something that has been planted in their soul. I still don't want to engage in brawl, Generalization because it shows the depths of a person's ignorance. So today we'll be discussing the Chicanos, those who identify themselves as Chicano, Mexicano, Chicano. And that is the likes of Marvelous Minds. Where you at? You did all that talking, all that. Oh, you guys are going to start it. We got man. We listen, big dog. We ain't worried about that. We've been having a world against us and the world on our shoulders since the Caucasian man has come into a position of power. This is before your people even existed. This is before, this is before that. Y'all weren't even in existence. Y'all came a little later. So, in comparison to us, if it's us versus them, y'all really are little homies. Y'all are deceitful, hateful, disobedient, defiant, disloyal, treasonous little homies. That's what y'all is to us. And you constantly find them trying to put themselves in a position to compete against us. You cannot compete where you do not compare. Don't want to make it a race thing, but if it was a race thing, the people who will be considered our ops or our enemigos or our opposition or our enemies, it wouldn't be the Mexicans. You're not deep enough in the game to even hold that title. You haven't been through enough. You haven't survived enough. Marvelous Minds from, Marvelous Inc. from Marvelous Minds came down here. It's like both of our people were enslaved. Yeah, and a large percentage of your people died because of the harsh and severe treatment of the enslavers. Die. And they say, no. We can't do this with them. We have to enslave them mentally as we pursue and go after the blacks. These people ain't strong enough. They're weak. They're inferior to us and the blacks. So what we're going to do is mentally put them enslaved. What we're going to do is plant our ideologies, our philosophies, and our indoctrination in their minds, and they will forever hate the blacks. Even though the blacks contributed so much to the Chicano movement, what did the Chicano movement create? Or what did the Chicano movement contribute to blacks? I will wait. Somebody tell me. They tuck their tail and hide their hands. Most definitely, they have been trained and programmed to do that. When the white boys came over there on them ships, when they learned about this new world that was owed to us, when we had constructed pyramids, the Olmec heads, when we created cities, civilizations, now it has been proven that in the Amazon rainforest, that there were civilizations, that there was empires that thrived there. And what the people did when this disease or this virus is what they called it in their language, when this virus came, when this disease came, instead of allowing them to come into their technology and exploit their structures and their creations, they say, we just gonna get rid of it. Let's let the jungle take over this shit. We out of here. Because these people that are coming, they're very covetous people. They come to covet. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. They come to separate. They come to be a virus to who and what we are. Let's just leave. So they left. They let the jungle engulf it, take it over, because they knew how nefarious these people were, how evil, how corrupt, and money-driven and power-driven that these people were. They was drunk. Thirsty for power to dominate others. Jose says, what you talking about out your neck? I'm talking on my neck. Well, bring your ass up here and let's have a conversation. Or go get your homie Marvelous. And he bring his ass up here and we can have a conversation, because y'all continuously want to make it us versus y'all. But you can't compare when you don't compete. You don't compete because you can't compare. What I'm talking about is your people being our little homies. What I'm talking about is our key and our major contributions to your people. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, it wouldn't be no Mexico without blacks. It wouldn't be no Chicanos without blacks. It wouldn't be no this, that, and third without us. And being that y'all was incapable of enduring what y'all elected to do was make a deal with the white man. Same thing y'all did in the California Department of Corrections. Y'all made a deal with the white man because y'all couldn't stand up to what was going on. So y'all took the easy way out. We just gonna bow out. What y'all need us to do? First thing we need you to do, brother, is to dislike those niggas. Oh, that's easy. Our grandpapa, my tia, my tío has already taught me that blacks no good. So we rather be with you. Well, brother, if you want to be with us, you can't eat with the blacks. You can't use the same telephone as those blacks. We don't want you on a way path with blacks. You come over with us. You come over there with us, pure white folks, and you work out with us, bro. You understand this? Yeah, no problem. We come with you. Jose says, I don't make fun or ever said a joke about a black. I only feel uncomfortable being around them. Okay. Well, shit, now I feel uncomfortable being around y'all because y'all manipulative. You all are deceitful, deceptive. Not you all, forgive me. Broad generalization shows the depths of a person's ignorance, but majority of you are deceptive, or manipulative, or cunning, wicked, corrupt, and would do anything if you're in a position where a black has a position over you or gets more recognition or has more relevance to you. You would do almost anything, majority of you, to sabotage that black, to get that black out the way. And you are seeking and desiring that position or that relevance that black has. I have dealt with it. Hispanics not liking that I'm eloquent and can be charismatic and a few other positive qualities and attributes that I naturally possess. So Victor Resendez aspired to get me out of there. And it's all good. It's understandable. He felt inferior to me. That's how you're supposed to feel when you're dealing with a black man who's confident and comfortable with the skin that he's in, who's not going to take on a position of being subservient to you, who's not going to let you talk to him in the fashion of a boy. I am not a boy. I am a man. See, Hispanics have now taken a stance like they're white pappies or they're Caucasian leaders, to where they want to be around a smiling nigga, a nigga that's always smiling. Hey, man, I don't mean you no disrespect. Hey, man, what it is that you want me to do? Hey, man, you can have my chair. Hey, man, you don't like that food? You can have my food. Hey, man, my wife can cook. It's a real good food, but I see you ain't got no food, so I want to be in your good graces. You can have my food. Nah, that ain't me. Hey, man, it ain't that much room in the elevator. You go ahead and I take the stairs. That ain't me. They want to be around a smiling nigga or a nigga with a broke wrist. And that was a situation with Victor. Victor Resendez felt threatened by me. So he began to plot, strategize, create subterfuge to try to get me out of there. Lying, being mendacious, deceptive. But soon as the homosexual black dude came in there, Victor and him hit it off. To the point to where Victor shed his Christian beliefs and entered into a full-fledged relationship with an African-American guy who was running for a position of a political position, a political seat out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He was threatened by me because I'm masculine. You're not talking to me in any kind of way. If it's a problem and we are incapable of resolving it through understanding and dialogue, then fuck it, we just gonna get into some gangster shit since you say you're a boxer and you can do this and you can do that and you beat up on Lil Justin. He beat up on Lil Justin, but when it came to Bobby Ye, he knew his motherfucking place because to play with me on that level, it's not going to be to your benefit, brother. It's going to be to your detriment. So don't play with it. So I am very experienced in dealing with deceptive, corrupt, dishonest Hispanics. Even working in the warehouses in California. Oh man, oh yeah, they gonna run you through the ringer. They gonna put you through it because they don't want you there. That's an industry that they would like to dominate and monopolize. And when you come in there and you can pick up 6 boxes and they need a few of them to pick up 3, they feel inferior. And when you make them feel inferior, they look at you as a threat and they want you to go. Get up out of here. And this is just the truth of the matter. Malik Carter says they're scared of us because we bring power and people together. They know that we can take their women too. Yeah, if we choose to. You can cut on the TV and see that it's more Mexicanas, Chicanas that's desiring to be sexually satisfied and in a committed relationship with black men. Black men is the thing. Jose says, I feel what you're saying. A lot of people are deceiving. I felt the same hate from Mexicans myself. Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but it's something that they have adopted and adapted to from being in concert with Caucasians that came over here and enslaved y'all people. But y'all didn't make good slaves because y'all wasn't that resilient. Y'all wasn't that strong. Y'all couldn't stand the harsh conditions that the melanated, carbonated people could. So they said physically enslavement of these people, it won't work. They are physically inferior to us. They are mentally inferior to us. So we have to penetrate the mind. Once we indoctrinate them with our ideologies, they will replicate it and perpetuate it into the day of death for them. Why you think they got a class system and they practice colorism down there in Mexico? The lighter complected you are, the more colorful your eyes, the more accepting of you they are. The darker complexion, nah, we don't even acknowledge you. They don't even acknowledge you. The Afro-Mexicanos is what they call them now, but we know about something different for individuals who are studied, for individuals who have did the research. But the Afro-Mexicanos, they are Afro-Mexicanos. They just recently was added to the census of Mexico. They didn't even consider them to be Mexican. They didn't even want them to be a part of their country. They were trying to deport them to Haiti. And the people in Haiti is like, what is this? What is this? And he's like, American, take your ass back. And they sent them back. This is true. But we're gonna get into some things. Jose, I've had Mexicans tell me the same about their people. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I feel what you're saying. A lot of people are deceiving. I felt the same hate from Mexicans myself. Yeah, he's saying that he felt the same hate from his people. But we're going to get into some facts. I don't want to bloviate. I want to get into the facts to show individuals that you are our deceitful, disobedient, defiant, disloyal little homies. Even though you want to hijack and steal our culture, we have significant contribution to your culture, and you have none to ours. Well, what turkey neck, the turkey neck motherfucker say? What do you say? Cali Legends Media is who I'm referring to. Oh yeah, I never seen blacks dressed like homies until I seen Easy E come out and dress like homies, and that's what we're talking about. That and the Pasucos, which is the Zoot Suiters, they got their whole style from Cab Calloway. And I have told y'all this before. Cab Calloway, Duke Ellington, and the individuals in Harlem, and the way they wore those suits, those jazzy suits, and listen to jazz and smoke that magic grass. You had a whole movement of young Hispanics that identified with that and fashioned their movement, fashioned their trends, their dress, their identity after what was cracking in Harlem, New York. that was created by black folks. And you talking about Eazy-E allegedly dressing like a Chicano. No, sir. Khakis. Our people was wearing them in the South. Penalties. Our people were wearing them in the South. And when I say the South, I'm talking about Arkansas. I'm talking about Texas. I'm talking about Louisiana, Alabama. I'm talking about Mississippi. They wore those coveralls, overalls, khakis, Pendletons to go out and work. That's what they wore. That's what they wore when they went out and worked, whether it was working in the field, whether they were working in the factory, whether they was working in warehouses, working as a mechanic on the trains. That's the dress that they was wearing. So when they say we were wearing khakis first, no the fuck you was not. We were wearing coveralls first, no the fuck you wasn't wearing overalls first. We were wearing Pendletons too. No, you just start wearing Pendletons, and to create a difference in between the way that we wore them and you wore them, you start buttoning the first two buttons and leaving the rest flying out like that. Now, what I would give y'all is, yeah, you all were the first to wear Ben Davis, which was just like a generic version of khakis and so on and so forth. We were actually wearing khakis and this, that, and third. Somebody created Ben Davis. Y'all went over and started wearing Ben Davis. Yeah, got that. There was brothers that had taken to wearing Ben Davis, even though you guys are the originators and y'all set that trend. But that's minute. That's minuscule. That's micro. We're talking macro. Our key contributions to your community. Hold on. We got something going on over here in the chat. Let's go to the chat real quick. Black's the only race who cry racism for everything. Black fatigue is real. Whoa, dude, we cry racism over everything. Wow, wow, wow. But you're crying racism right now. I'm not crying. I'm stating facts. You want to get into the facts? Or if you feel like we're crying racism over everything, then come on here. See, we don't cry. We speak out. If something don't sit right with us, we're going to speak out. We're going to be iconoclasts. We're going to vocalize our dissatisfaction with it. We're not going to be subservient and have the white man in our community doing this to us and doing that to our kids, and we just accept it because they're white. No, we're not accepting that shit. So don't misconstrue with us speaking out and challenging the powers that be with crying racism. Nah. I just seen a Caucasian guy just unalive a young Mexican boy out here in Las Vegas. Your people ain't say shit. There was just another incident where the police unjustifiably unalive a Mexican unarmed man. Your people ain't say shit. There's a Hispanic or white or Hispanic white mix Nickelodeon star that's out on the streets, and your people is going up to him and exploiting him. It took a black man to get him off the streets, put him in a hotel room, get him some food, and not exploit him for social media likes, clicks, views, relevance. So don't get it fucked up, don't get it tangled, don't get it twisted. We're going to be proactive. Your people are going to allow them to continue to suppress them and give them false narratives that you eat up because it's coming from a white man. As long as they give you preferential treatment over blacks, y'all cool. They can come into your community, beat the shit out of you, take your kids from you. You all are the most affected by DCFS. Now, at first it was blacks, but they see that you all aren't going to fight. So they're coming to Maria's house, take the baby from Maria and Julio. Maria now smokes crystal methamphetamine. Don't even fight for the motherfucking kids no more. Julio never gave a fuck. But when it's us, oh no, we're gonna stand up to the system and we're gonna fight tooth and motherfucking nail. And we're gonna point out, yeah, the disproportion in them taking our kids, y'all kids, and other ethnic groups' kids. We are targeted the most. And we speak up for you all. We ain't got to speak up for you motherfuckers. Y'all don't speak up for us, but we're being kind. We're being benevolent. We're being humane. We're going to speak up and we're going to fight for our rights and the rights of the illegal immigrants in the Mexican community. They don't fight for us. When it's resources, listen, man, when it's resources to be obtained, we obtain them. We tell the Mexican community, hey, we got these resources. We got this going on. We got this popping. Bring your people. When they go get resources and opportunities, shh, this is only for us. Don't tell the blacks. The blacks are going to burn it out. So blacks, start being gatekeepers of your resources. Even in this industry, even in that industry of intervention and prevention, they ain't know a motherfucking thing about intervention and prevention. Until they befriended and got up under guys from Watts and other guys who was up under guys from Watts. Oh, you fools are doing that? And the government and private donors give you what? Oh man, we need to do that. Then they went, oh, the blacks are plotting, the blacks are doing this, the blacks are doing that, but we can do this and we can do that, and we can help you monitor the blacks. Okay, we're going to give you this grant. We're going to give you this federal funding. Let us know what the blacks are doing. No problem, I tell you. Traitorous shit. The blacks ain't trying to do nothing but fix our motherfucking communities. And they send y'all in there to create confusion, to create racial hostility, to be a distraction and a fucking diversion from what the fuck is really going on. So you watch your motherfucking mouth when you come on here talking about blacks cry about racism and all this. No, blacks is going to call out the power structure for the injustices that affect our people while you motherfuckers stay silent and pray for preferential treatment. Our days of marching and doing this and doing that and doing all, man, that shit is over with. We are here. It's another generation is coming. And you know what? 5 years, a Chicano, a Mexicano, a Latino is going to watch my content and be motivated by my content because they always do shit out of season. No disrespect. When we was wearing Nike Cortez, I said, man, they got Air Max. They don't want to wear no Nike Cortez. No, they got some other Nike. They got Jordan. They got this. We'll take them. Why the fuck would you be wearing some fucking Nike Cortezes and it's named after one of the conquistadors, one of the Spanish individuals that came over here and enslaved your motherfucking people? Why would you be wearing some fucking Nike Cortezes? And then you come and say, oh, we started the trend of wearing Cortez. You was a motherfucking lie. You was a goddamn lie. Why the fuck would you be? That's like me wearing some motherfucking shoes that says, just said David Duke had a pair of shoes. Man, give me a fresh pair of them David Dukes, even though he's not the one who enslaved us, but he's a known racist. Man, give me them fly ass David Dukes. I want they got some new pair of David Dukes. Yeah, we gonna make a trend with these David Dukes, man. Yeah, hell yeah. Right on, brother. Looking good in them David Dukes. Right on, fight the power on them David Dukes. That's what y'all look like wearing Cortezes. Do you know who Cortez was? Do you know what he did to your people? No, I don't. But the blacks wear it, so yeah. Y'all just still in fashion, still in culture, and don't even know the significance of the name that Nike named them shoes after and the negative contribution and the hardships and the pain that this individual named Cortez inflicted on your people. But just because the blacks wear them, you want to wear them. Converse All-Stars that they love now. That started with blacks. No, that's not right. Yes, it's right. Do your history. Converse All-Stars, Chuck Taylor's was one of the first basketball shoes to be endorsed by the NBA. Do your research. If it wasn't the first, it's amongst the first. Chuck Taylor's was a basketball shoe that was popularized in the ghettos where black people live. No, that's not true. It's true. You have nothing. No, nothing. I mean, nothing of your own that we wasn't key contributors of. Let's just talk about the contribution. Since Black Fatigue want to talk, and I presume, I'm gonna presume that this individual is Hispanic. Is that safe to say? If you're Hispanic, then I want to know, what is the Chicano What is the Chicano community biggest contribution to the American culture? Please help me understand that. Because I can tell you about blacks. I can go on and on and on and on. Like Sister Erica Badu said, I can go on and on telling you what's our major contributions to not only the United States of America, but also Mexico. There would be no Mexico without blacks. Where's Marvelous Inc? Tell him bring his ass up here and challenge that. Where's that fat neck motherfucker named Cali Legends Media? Tell him bring his fat neck ass up here and challenge that. Like, let's compare. We can have an intellectual discussion, not necessarily a debate, but if you want to debate, we can have a fucking debate. Because I'm tired of the bullshit that's coming from the Hispanic community that's continuing this inner minority racism, separation, and so on and so forth. Even just taking the word terraza. That's not exclusive to y'all. The fuck? See, when we invited y'all in, we didn't know how treacherous you were or how incapable you were of standing up on your own. We misjudged you because we are a kind, loving people. But let's get into some facts. Y'all want some facts? Let's get into some facts. We're going to read a few comments and get into some facts. Mr. 6279 says, all this senseless talk coming out of you people is ridiculous. At this point, it seems to me that you people just love having Hispanics eggplants in your mouth. That ain't our good thing. But I can come on here with some cold IA stories about individuals like Francisco Zapata that did some things with a lot of African American eggplants all in his mouth and every opening of his body, to the point to where he became addicted to doing unmentionable things with the individuals who did that with him. So we're talking about Hispanic men loving to actually have black males eggplants in their mouth. All throughout the California Youth Authority. Oh man. Those guys in the California Youth Authority who didn't mind engaging in those forbidden acts, the Hispanic men, the Hispanic boys loved them. And it created racial tension because a lot of the Southsiders in the California Youth Authority, a lot of the Southsiders who practice homie love, they wanted to have sex after the blacks. So if the blacks engage in these crazy acts, the Hispanic males wanted the other Hispanics that had sex with the blacks. It was like what you call it? Being validated, being stamped, being approved. Oh, you did it with a black? And then they try to take them to their room and do crazy things to them. I never been into that type of shit. But in the YA Baby podcast, we may discuss at great lengths individuals that was doing that type of stuff. If one of the Hispanic men, because this guy say all this senseless talk coming out of you people is ridiculous at this point. It seems to me that you people just love having Hispanic eggplants in your mouth. And what I'm telling him is that's not the truth. I've been to the California Youth Authority where the young Chicano Mexicanos were obsessed with black penises. They didn't want to do the crazy LGBTQ acts with their own people. They desired what the blacks had. They wanted that black D-I-C-K. It's crazy, disgusting, repulsive, but this is the truth. In the California Youth Authority, a lot of young Hispanics practice something called homie love. And what homie love was them telling me, hey, listen, dog, we in here together, fool. You know, like my highness not here, but you my homie, dog. And if you love me, you care about me, fool. If you ride and die for me, fool, you'll let me. And 70% of them gave into it. Homie love. They'll sit in the day room and caress each other and lay up against each other and hold each other in a manner that you would your girlfriend. I wish you not. Got blankets and all this and all that in the day room, hugged up with each other. It was a common thing to see them kissing each other. Like, oh no, I ain't gay fool. That's my homie. It's homie love. What? You just kissed that man with your tongue. And you ain't. And that's what? Oh no, I'm glad that I'm a crip. No, because we ain't playing that. No, we ain't playing that. I forget what the dude name was on Roosevelt Cottage. He was kind of built like a female. And he had like long hair. He knew that he had androgynous qualities and features. Forget what his name was, but what was that motherfucker name? I ain't into that homosexual shit, so I don't be remembering the motherfuckers' names and shit. But boy, they used to have him in the day room going crazy. He had they called it skiing. He was a skier. And what I mean when I say a skier, it'd be one on his left and another side on his right, and he'd be there skiing, if you know what I mean. Use your mind. Don't want to say too much. But he'd be in that motherfucker skiing. Hugged up, cuddled up, sucking toes, and all type of shit, man. What the man got me? Listen, man. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But you know who he was in love with? It was a black dude he was in love with, but he had considered himself to be the property of the Southsiders. But quite often, he'd sneak off with a black guy that was doing some work in the closet way in the back. They'd sneak off, they'd get their issue in, and he'd go back to loving his Southside homies. This is some crazy, twisted shit. But this went on in the California Youth Authority. So for him to come on and say that, no, man, that ain't true. It's them that like to do that sick and perverted shit and have a black man's sexual reproduction organ in their mouth. Not all of them, but a large percentage. But let's get back into the content and get up off this weird shit that this motherfucker just brought in. Black Fatigue says blacks are the only race allowed to be racist. You clearly don't know what the fuck racism is or racism is. You clearly do not know what racism is. Racism is different from prejudice. What you're talking about is prejudice, you dumb fuck. You ignorant son of a bitch. What you're talking about is practicing prejudice. Do you know what racism is? Racism is when you have a power behind your prejudices. Racism is when you use certain powers and certain preferential treatment to elevate the status of your people and minimize the status of others. Position of leadership in politics, financial institutions, wealth, so on and so forth, land ownership. You don't know what racism is, so don't bring your stupid ass on my broadcast talking about racism and your dumb ass don't know what the fuck racism is. Get your stupid ass up out of here. You just subscribe to my shit to come in with this level of ignorance. You're stupid as fuck. Get up out of here. Leave now. Jose says a Mexican and a Mexican American are different. They don't dress the same. I'm American and grew up on the American culture, and American culture is all different culture. So what is American culture? American culture is black culture. The sound, the taste, the food, the feel. We are contributors of that. American culture is black culture. Our contributions to the liberation of America, fighting in the Revolutionary War, 1776. Our music contributions, creating rock and roll, creating jazz, creating country music, bluegrass music, creating gospel, being inventors, creating inventions that allow America to up their game and become what they call a superpower. American culture is black culture. Black culture is American culture. You can't take us. You can't subtract us from American culture. It just is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But what is your people contribution to American culture? Let's start there. Mr. Mission said, if you feel that strong about it, go do something about it instead of bumping your gums behind that camera. You must not know who I am, bucko. You must not know who I am. Why are you in your feelings? Why are you upset? Did I offend you? There's 5 primary. This is how we gonna deal with this fucking nincompoop, this fucking imbecile. There's 5 primary feelings to anger. Anger is a secondary feeling. Obviously, Mr. M6279 is dealing with anger issues. So what happened? Did I say something to offend you? Did I say something that made you feel insignificant or disrespected? Let's start there. Just stupid ass up out of here. Black Fatigue says they can say white boy if we say, hold on. Where'd that just go? What just happened? Oh man, it left. It left. My apologies. Hey, whoever just blessed me with that 199, I totally and truly appreciate you. I don't know if you had a comment or it's a super sticker. Hey, forgive me. I'm still trying to understand this super sticker, super chat type of thing. You feel what I'm saying? But to everybody that contributes comments, support, or through monetary donations, it is truly appreciated, and thank you so much. American culture, black culture, indeed. Yes, indeed it is. Steel City Production says, you guys don't even wash your smelly ass hair. So I don't know who Steel City Production is talking about. Black Fatigue is real says, Myron Gaines was right about you blacks. And Bobby Ye is right about you Chicanos, Mexicanos. So what are we talking about? Donald Trump was right about you people. Shall we go on and on and on and on? I mean, we can do tit for tat. I don't mind. I don't mind doing a tit for tat, but if we're going to do tit for tat, then let me drop the link and you can come in the chat and we can have conversations and we can compare. Let's get into this. Let's talk about inventions. Who have the most inventors out of the blacks and the Chicanos? Who contributed most or more to science here in the United States of America? Or we can even include the Mexican nationals when we're talking about inventions. So let's Google and see, if you don't mind. Based on available data regarding U.S. patent filings, and we just keep it U.S. So it's the Chicanos, the Mexican Americans versus the Black Americans. Because now we're talking about Chicanos contribute nothing to American culture without Black contribution in leadership, us versus them. And I'm gonna show you that their contributions to America is insignificant. America don't even really need them. It's the Democrats that has weaponized their masses, their large numbers. The Democrats have found a way to replace the blacks with them and use their numbers to push their agenda. Their perverted agenda, their sick agenda, their agendas that's trying to move towards legalizing and legalizing curriculum that teaches your kids it's better to be a homosexual than it is to be a heterosexual. That's teaching and supporting individuals who feel like it's okay to go out there and engage in sexual activities with kids. Saying that it's a desire and it's a preference that should be similar to the preference of you saying, I want to be with this or I want to be with that. They saying that these people have the right to say, I prefer to be with a, you know what I'm saying? I got to skillfully use my words so that they don't block my channel. And now that you have these Hispanic provocateurs in here who are anti-black and displaying it in the chat, they will call or they would do whatever they do to get my page, my channel flat. So you got to fill in the blanks. You got to stay with me. You understand what I'm saying? They're using those masses. They're using those numbers to push their agenda. We don't need the blacks anymore. The blacks is waking up. The blacks are seeing through our BS. Maxine Waters and Karen Bass and all these other black Democrats that they make the poster child for being black Democrats are no longer effective in brainwashing and manipulating the people. So let's just bring in the Mexicans, let's bring in the Hispanics, let's use them. They're subservient. They don't mind. Even if they are aware of it, even if they know it, they don't mind. Oh, blacks are always trying to scream racism. No. We call our racial injustices that affect us and affect your people as well. So what the fuck are we talking about? Since a lot of you, broad generalizations show the depths of a person's ignorance, so I'm going to say a lot of you, not all of you. Since a lot of you don't have what y'all call the cojones to get up and fight for your people, we take on that responsibility of fight, marching, and being unalive, being thrown in prison for your civil rights, for your right to exist in your communities without the police brutalizing, targeting, and victimizing you. We fought for that. You sat back and said nothing, too afraid that you will lose your preferential treatment or fall out of good graces with master. So you sat back and ain't say shit when they came to your community and took your women and did what they wanted to do with them and threw them back to you. But now you hate her because she's been defiled by this Caucasian guy. He didn't did it to every hole in her. Now you treating her bad because you ain't got the motherfucking spine and the nuts to go and challenge him. What the fuck is you talking about? These people, man, they be tripping. They crazy. Let's see. Yeah, Mike Bailey, much love. Celestial Biz says, fact, bro. Got him. Hold on, another comment came. The gentleman says, even when ICE on y'all ass, your response is nothing. You better say it. Why ain't the blacks helping us? Where's the blacks? We need the leadership. We need the tutelage of the individuals who pioneered the civil. Where are the blacks? Why aren't the blacks fighting? You hate the blacks, motherfucker. The blacks is now waking up. The blacks is ready to be restored to their former state of greatness. The blacks is ready to raise up and be liberated. The blacks are ready to be independent and self-sufficient and not depend upon this system that has us oppressed. The blacks is waking up. The blacks is starting to see y'all for who y'all really is. We ain't going out there and doing that. Not those of us who are in possession of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We would not. You go out there and fight for yourself. And any black that elects or chooses to come and fight over illegal immigrants coming here illegally, that's some stupid shit. You committed a crime to come over here, and we're going to cry because they're sending you back. You broke the law to come over here. And then it's not like you're coming over here to be model citizens, or your children are coming here to be model citizens. Your children come over here and join Chicano gangs, racist gangs, and begin to target blacks and begin to construct plans of how to victimize and brutalize blacks. No, we don't want you here. That criminal element that you come over here and engage in, we don't want you over here. Go. Because you're not coming here and taking advantage of the opportunities. You're coming here, you're going to the barrios, your kids is raised up in a barrio, and now they big suit to that say, and they're going against blacks. Not the system that was created to hinder the progressions of blacks and Hispanics. Now they are against blacks. They're not saying, you know what? I am first generation American born citizen. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to change things for the raza. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No, they join barrios. They commit crimes. They do things that they should not do. They engage in criminal elements. They engage in racism against blacks. When blacks, during Proposition 187, blacks voted in favor of giving Hispanics the same opportunities and luxuries and rights that we enjoy. just for us to have them to come over here and turn on your black ass. And then they want to cry and call out the woman and say, I love Trump. Donald Trump for president. Hispanic for Trump. And then Trump said, yeah, yeah. And then what he do? Turned around and backstabbed it. That's what y'all did to us. So we don't feel sorry for you. I don't. Donald Trump did to you what his ancestors been doing to your ancestors. Use you as if you are mentally inferior. They use lies. They use chicanery. They use subterfuge to get you to Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump got up there and said, what? Send back all? We need to send back all illegal aliens. That's what we're going to do. We do not want illegal aliens over here. We have to send them back. And then y'all looking like y'all betrayed. No, y'all ain't betrayed. You know what betrayal is? Coming into the black community and we open our doors to you. We embrace your kids. We give you food when you don't have food. We protect you when individuals are trying to break into your house. No, man, y'all don't do that shit. What y'all doing, man? Man, get up out of here, man. Maria cool. Got a relationship with Maria. But soon as Elizabeth moved across the wall, and then Veronica moved down the way, damn, we don't get no tamales no more for Christmas. We don't do Secret Santa no more. Like y'all ain't fucking with us no more. Okay, for sure. So your people then came. You don't need us to survive anymore. So you're going to turn on us and go chill with your people. Okay, for sure. So when Tyrone, the crack fiend, and broke in everybody's grandmama house, and we looking for him, when we see him, we gonna whoop his ass. You understand what I'm saying? When he see that y'all going and y'all slipping, ain't that bitch ass nigga Tyrone? Yeah, leave Tyrone alone. He about to hit them. All right, next time we gonna whoop his ass. And Tyrone breaking shit. Now it's a race thing. It ain't no race thing. That nigga broke in my grandmama's house. That nigga broke in my daddy car. We been looking for Tyrone. But right now, Tyrone is proving the motherfucking point. And we got to prove a point to you because now that your people that moved into the community, we ain't cool no more. Tyrone, do your thing. I think they got a TV in there, man. I'll buy the TV from you on the corner. Get the whole living room set, man. I got a bitch that just moved down on the bullside, man. This bitch ain't got no furniture, man. Get me the living room set. But we used to protect you. We used to look out for you. We were there with you. We looked at y'all as being our primos and primas. But when your people come, you turn your back on us. You don't even speak no more. Okay, we ain't got to speak. We were doing you a favor. We were making sure you were cool. When your kids was in there pissy, dirty, hungry, you need diapers and this, that, and third, we show that we were able to give you that because that's human decency. You're a fucking human the way we are human. We're not going to treat you cruelly. We're not going to treat you inhumane. We're going to treat you like a fucking human. Now move into a white community with that shit. The white people going to call the police, the National Guards, DCFS, and any other agency that they can call on you and send them in there on you. Black people say, we know what it feels to be oppressed. We know how it feels to deal with racism. And now they're doing it to the Mexicans. Man, that's fucked up. Let's look out for the Mexicans. And all the time, the Mexicans like, we got Stockholm syndrome. We don't want to be here with you. We want to be with the whites. We don't care about your civility. We don't care about your humanity. We don't care about you being cordial with us because our aspirations isn't to be here with you all unless we can control, dominate, and take it over and move you out. We want to be with the white folks. And our black asses fell for the chicanery and the subterfuge. No more. Gatekeep your fucking communities. Gatekeep hip-hop. Gatekeep the industries that we dominate in. We don't want it no more. Get out of here. Now let's get to this. Chicanos contribute nothing to American culture without black contributions in leadership, us versus them. Based on available data regarding U.S. patent filings, there are generally more black inventors than Mexican inventors. However, both groups have historically faced significant underrepresentation in the patent system compared to white inventors, largely due to systemic racism, economic disadvantages, and lack of opportunities. Alexander Graham Bell stole everything from a black man. Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, all these motherfuckers stole from our people. And we're not even factoring those in. We're talking about the actual patterns that our people have. We invent more than your people. Let's go to another. This is statistic. This ain't me making this shit up, baby. This is real. Let's see which one we're gonna do now. Let's see. Do blacks influence Chicano culture? Do blacks influence Chicano culture? Do we influence Chicano culture? Let's get into it. Since blacks do this and I'm black fatigue, like let's get to the facts. See, y'all like to talk and talk and talk, but you don't have any facts. You don't have any statistical data to back up your false narrations, your false accusations, your false claims of being superior and better than blacks. You don't have anything to back that shit up. Let's get into it. Does blacks influence Chicano culture? It's a resounding yes. The Chicano movement was significantly influenced by the Black Civil Rights Movement and Black Power Movement. What? Hold on, that phone hot. That motherfucker hot. Do blacks influence and have contributions to the Chicano people, culture, movement? And it's a resounding, look, I'm not making this shit up, cuz. It's a resounding yes. The Chicano movement was significantly influenced by Black Civil Rights Movement and Black Power Movement. Chicano activists adopted strategies, organizational models or models, and ideological concepts from their black counterparts in their own fight for equality and social justice. Come on, cuz. I don't need to make this shit up. Marvelous Minds and other individuals that's out there like him. Cali Legends Media. I don't need to make this shit up. This shit is real. Blacks invented tacos. Yes, blacks did invent tacos, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Thank you for that, my bunny on a partner, man. Bunny on a watch, Nickerson Gordon, man. Hey, shout out to my folks out the Nickerson Gordon Housing Projects, man. Love y'all on the Rental Nails. Blacks invented tacos, which is a staple food for their culture. Blacks created tacos. What do you mean blacks created tacos? I'll get into it. Hold on, but let's get into this. When we talk about civil rights in the Chicano people and the Chicano movement, yes, the Chicano movement was significantly influenced by the Black Civil Rights Movement and Black Power Movement. Chicano activists adopted. That means that you brought, accepted as being yours, like how you adopt hip hop and adopt everything that it is that we do. They adopted strategies. You know what strategy means? It's when you sit back and you plan and you orchestrate things so that you can execute and successfully make something manifest so that you can carry out the plan, strategies. Chicano activists adopted strategies, organizational models, and ideological concepts from the Black counterpart in their own fight for equality and social justice. Strategies of resistance. Chicano leader like Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta employed nonviolent protest methods such as marches, fasts, boycotts, picketing, which were inspired by the nonviolent resistance led by figures like Martin Luther King. The 1963 March of Washington, the Selma Voting Rights March, served as specific inspiration for Chicano farm workers. Because one of your biggest civil rights leaders is Cesar Chavez, right? Who basically bit the whole style of Martin Luther King. Organizational models. Chicano advocacy groups often patterned themselves after influential African American organizations. So now you see why they want to steal hip hop. Now you see why they're fighting to be acknowledged in hip hop. Now you see why they want to dress like us, talk like us, and act and behave in a manner of us, because they've been doing it. This ain't nothing new, brothers and sisters. This is real. They've been doing it. They been want to be us. They been wanting to be a part of any and everything that we do. They've been doing it. It's been documented throughout history, going all the way back since when we were in Mexico with them, fighting for the liberation of their country. Oh, you don't believe it? I got all this shit. We're going to get into it. Where's Marvelous Mind? Where's Cali Legend Media? Yeah, sit the fuck back, shut the fuck up, and learn in silence, you dumb motherfucker. Because you got the right one today. You want to come on here, oh, I'm not a racist, and then come on and call us mayates? Okay. Let's get into why you hate us. You hate us because you can't be us. You hate us because you can't see us. You hate us because you aspire to obtain this level of greatness. You will never ascend to this level of greatness because you ain't it. God has divinely created us and celestially blessed us and set us apart from any and everybody. Sit back and witness greatness. The Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund and the Mexican American Political Association, MAPA, MAPA, were inspired by groups like the NAACP. Militant groups like the Brown Berets were directly influenced by the political agenda and community empowered models of the Black Panther political party. Y'all don't hear me? Y'all don't hear me, huh? You want to know why they hate you? Because they ain't you. Everything that you do, they want to replicate. They want to imitate. They want to emulate. You are greatness. If you wasn't great and you didn't have value, then they wouldn't aspire so hard to become you in what you do. They want to be you. The value is in you. The power is in you. Power to the people. Everything that we do, they emulate. But then they say, we hate mayates, we hate niggers, we hate this. It wouldn't be Mexico without our key contributions. You wouldn't have a Mexico. That should be New Spain. Or it'd be this, or it'd be that. But the damn sure wouldn't be no motherfucking Mexico. We fought for the liberation of Mexico. Let's get back into it. Ideology and identity. Damn, you want to bite our ideologies and identity as well? Let's get into it. The Black Power movement, which emphasized racial identity and community self-determination, had a direct impact on the Chicano movement. What do you mean by that? Chicano activists embraced a brown pride identity, rejecting earlier assimilationist approaches and uniting around a shared cultural heritage and political struggle against discrimination, much like the Black Power movement galvanized African Americans. Community empowerment. This is ways that we didn't influence everything it is that they do. But now they hate us because they didn't went to prison and didn't know how to stand up to certain pressure, didn't know how to endure, wasn't as resilient as us, and they succumbed. They submitted to the influence of the Caucasians, the Aryan Brotherhood, and created this partnership that reminiscent of the 1950s Jim Crow practices. We can't drink out the same water fountain as them. We can't share the same tables. We can't share food. We can't work out and use the same workout equipment. Man, if that ain't Jim Crow like a motherfucker, then you tell me what it is. But yet in South Central, we all come together. We all cool. We all one. In Compton, everything is cool until your numbers start dwarfing those of the Black folks. Let's get back into it. Community empowerment. Both movements developed community union models to fight poverty and establish community centers, organizations to provide essential services like job, legal aid, and health care for the people. We can get into the collaborations. There was a degree of collaborations. It wasn't a collaboration. It was school. It was the university. It was church, the way they call it. It was church. That's what it was. Let me go over there and say I want a partnership under Martin Luther King so that I can get up under his tutelage, see everything that he's doing, and come back and implement it amongst my people. It wasn't a fucking collaboration. That was school. School was in session. What are you talking about? Let's get back into it. There was a degree of collaborations and mutual respect between the movements. Leaders like Cesar Chavez and Martin Luther King Jr. exchanged telegrams and recognized the shared struggles of their people. Activists often attended each other's demonstrations and shared organization techniques and resources, demonstrating a conscious effort towards Black and Latino unity. Just like the Brown Berets, they got up under the Panthers. They learned certain things. They went to their community. And when they got resources, they said, fuck the Panthers. When the Panthers got resources, they said, hey, listen, man, y'all can come up here and y'all can bring y'all kids to the breakfast program. We ain't discriminate. We got the same enemy. Power to the people. Power to all people. But when a white man started giving them preferential treatment and saying, you don't have to take that approach. We got y'all. We made a pact with your ancestors that we got y'all. As long as you continue to be subservient, as long as you don't mind us subjugating you and suppressing you, we don't mind feeding you. The black folks say, no, fuck that. Take that, boil it up, and ram it up your ass. We're going to feed ourselves. The government said, ooh, they sharp. Let's get these niggas the fuck up out of here and replace something with the United States government stamp on it to feed their people. And that's when they went on this spree of locking up some of the greatest minds that ever come up out of the African American community. Some of our educators and liberators, they targeted them and put them in prison, not for plotting against the government, but for strategically creating plans to uplift the people. Let's get back into the content. What's the next one we on? Let's see, what is a Chicano? Because they say Chicano pride. What is a Chicano? A Chicano, masculine, or a Chicana, feminine, is a person of Mexican descent born or living in the United States who identifies with a unique cultural, ethnic, or political identity forged during the Chicano movement of the 1960s, embracing pride and heritage while often feeling ni de aquí, ni de allá. Neither from here, neither from there. If you're not from here, you're not from there, then where the fuck are you from? See, that's confusing right there. When a person says neither from here, neither from there, that's confusion. That makes me say, hold on. So where are you from? Your identity has to be tied to something or someone. What is your identity tied to if you're neither from here or neither from there? That's a red flag to me. How could you form a relationship with a people that don't even know where they're from, don't even know who they are? So they allow the white man to continuously embed in their head who they are. I'm neither from here, I'm neither from there. So where the fuck are you from? Let's get back into the content. It's a chosen identity signifying a connection to both Mexico roots and American life, distinct from simply Hispanic or Latino, often involving a strong sense of cultural revitalization and resistance to oppression. Let's get into that. So now we know what a Chicano is by definition. Let's go to the next one. The Chicanos have this word. Shorty McGrill says, first Mexican 1522, y'all are not ancient people. No, they are not an ancient people. Not at all. So they got this word that they use exclusively amongst themselves to say raza. What is the raza? Bobby Ye been telling you what the raza is, and that there were black people that was originally a part of the raza. It was black people that formulated the raza. It was black people that showed those who were non-melanated nor carbonated how to navigate, how to read astrology, constellations, how to create systems of government, how to cultivate, how to start irrigation systems and all this. It was us that invited them into our communities, hence birthing the raza that they try to make exclusive to them. So when Bobby Ye says he's a part of the raza, or Bobby Ye said that there were black people that was a part of the raza, let's just read. Let's just get to it. Can we get to it? Let's get to it. The origin of la raza, Spanish for the people or the race, stemmed from Mexican philosopher Jose Vasconcelos' 1925 concept of la raza cosmica, the cosmic race, celebrating Latin American mixed race heritage. Wait, hold on. Celebrating what? What was they celebrating? Celebrating Latin America's mixed race heritage. What does that consist of? What was it comprised of? Indigenous? What? Indigenous? European? What? European? African, and Asian. Let me run that back, just in case the old back there in the back didn't hear me. Let's run that back. The origin of the origin of la raza, Spanish for the people or the race, stems from the Mexican philosopher Jose Vasconcelos' 1925 concept of la raza cósmica, the cosmic race, celebrating Latin America's mixed race heritage, which consisted of indigenous, European, African, Asian, a new unique people and gained prominence during the U.S. Chicano movement in the 1970s as a symbol of shared identity, cultural pride, and political empowerment for people of Latin descent and others. Okay. Hold on, we ain't done yet. Let's see. Did blacks fight for the liberation of Mexico? There'd be no Mexico without us. This is our contributions to their culture. This is our contributions to their community. This is our presence and contribution to the liberation of their country, Mexico. So when I say Chicanos contribute nothing to American culture without black contributions and leadership, us versus them, this is what I'm talking about. We, and also the white boys started lowriding, putting hydraulics on cars. They stole that and made it something that was exclusive to them. We started it. No, the fuck you didn't. We created that. The white boys was there, but the Mexicans caught on later. You came a little later. But let's get into this. Yes, black people, particularly Afro-Mexicanos, were crucial fighters for Mexico's independence and liberation, where leaders like Jose Maria Morelos and Vicente Guerrero, both of African descent, leading significant forces in advocating for equality, while later black Union soldiers, black what? While later black Union soldiers also helped liberate Mexico from French intervention. They fought alongside indigenous and mixed race people, forming brigades and demanding equal rights, significantly impacting the success of the independence movement. Excuse me, significantly impacting the success of the independent movement against Spain. I ain't got this shit up, dog. So before you motherfuckers come on here and disrespect my people and my ancestors, understand that it'd be no you all without us and our contributions and our presence in Mexico and everywhere else through what they call the Americas. Let's get back into it. Morelos Black Brigade, formed by enslaved and free Afro-Mexicans. This unit, led by Morelos, played a vital role in the War of Independence. Vicente Guerrero, a key leader, his forces were essential to independence and he became Mexico's second president, champion equality. Social revolution. The movement grew beyond just white elites, incorporating demands for social equality for indigenous, Afro Americans, and Afro Mexicans, and Castes, which is mixed race people. African American solidarity. After the U.S. Civil War, black Union soldiers crossed into Mexico to help Mexican and Mexican American forces overthrow French occupation, continuing a history of cross-border solidarity. Why it matters. African Americans weren't as participants, they were integral to the fight for freedom and social change, pushing for full citizenship and equality. Their demands shaped the new nation's principles, ensuring promises of social equality alongside independence as seen in the Plan of Iguales. You people are funny. And we ain't just talking about, we haven't even got into the contributions of Gaspar Younger. We ain't even talking about him and his group, his regime that helped y'all fight and keep the white people off your land for a duration of time. You people are funny. You're being backstabbing and betraying my people. You being agents, agent provocateurs, and employed by the United States government to monitor my people, to attack, victimize, and attempt to brutalize my people. Not acknowledging our contributions to your people and the liberation of your motherland. Now y'all take on this disposition and the stance of being anti-black. We understand it. We know it. We know it's the origin. Zeus says they've been on some triple K stuff and everyone had enough. Yes. Jose say, bro, that's white you talking about. I can tell that you have an impediment that doesn't allow you to fully comprehend everything that I just said. So my mentally inferior brother, I won't fight with you. I would do to you what my people has been doing to your people, giving you compassion and understanding. But the difference here is keep playing and I'm gonna put belt the ass. That just is what it is, man. But hey, say man, hey man. Real niggas invest 85 fly. We something, forgive me. My brother says, I told you, yay. I am Aaliyah K says black people don't do slave labor. That's why they are let in. Mexicans being racist is wild. A racist field worker is even wilder. Aaliyah, I love you. You are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Our days of slavery is over with. You feel what I'm saying? Mexicans say this and say that. American Mexicans say this, say that, and got so much to say, but shit, even though it was just for aesthetics, but we had a black president here in America. They had to try to placate us and use certain things to deceive us and get us bought into the illusion of this, that, and third. But they don't even think you're important enough to even give you a Latino president. It don't got to be Mexican. They can be Cuban, Puerto Rican. I'm not black, papi. Dominican. You feel what I'm saying? They don't even think you're significant enough to even give you that puppet for the aesthetics. So it has to be something unique about us. It has to be something important and value about us to where they feel like, man, we got to give them some. And they gave us this cool motherfucker name of, you know what his name is. But hey, man, that's my time. I love y'all. I'm gonna read a few comments. Mr. Know It All, thank you, brother. It will be put to good usage. 2026, I'm gonna grab my loved ones, my family, and the money that you all are donating to me. We're gonna do something with it, whether it's get some hygiene packages or buy like some blankets or just get a lot of food and go out there and feed the people. You understand what I'm saying? But it's going to be put to good usage. Thank you all for your monetary contributions to Bobby A's Imperial Vision. It's greatly appreciated, 100% on the rails, and it will be put to good usage. That's my word. Word is bond. Jose, you are white. You are a Spaniard. That's what I'm talking about, yay. Facts, cuz, definitely. Star sees Jose, you are the problem within your own race because you're not checking hood stock for what he said right now. You exempt him. What about hold on, wait. Y'all didn't see what the dude Cali Legends Media said about us? Hold on. Hopefully it ain't deleted. Nope, it's right there. Check out what this sick ass Vato had to say about us. This turkey neck motherfucker. Funky ass, stinking ass. Look, come on, play. Don't start tripping. What's going on? Well, let me do this. Let's see if we can make it work like this.
Very well here. Primo Bobby. Good vato. Nothing like you. So, don't come over here putting all your ignorance out on social media. I Another thing, I went out and I got behind you when you went and talked to the Mayates because they had the impression that you were representing somebody. And you don't represent nobody, homie, but yourself. And you should have made that clear to them. You should have said, hey, man, I'm not talking for nobody, representing nobody. This is just my opinion, you know? So, another thing, I went out and I got behind you when you went and talked to the Mayates because they had the impression that you were representing somebody. Another thing, I went out and I got behind you when you went and talked to the Mayates because they had the impression that you were representing somebody. And you don't
And
represent
again,
nobody, homie. Another thing, I went out and I got behind you when you went and talked to the Mayates because they had the impression that you were representing somebody. And you don't represent nobody, homie.
one more
But
time.
another thing, I went out and I got behind you when you went and talked to the Mayates because they had the impression that you were representing somebody. And you don't represent nobody, homie, but yourself. And you should have.
Marvelous Minds, aka Danny Ayala. Your people say that you're a pedophile and you don't speak for them. They say you like to touch um, teenage girls and impregnate them and do all manner of sick and twisted shit with them. They don't back you. They don't support you. So, brother, you have no relevance. You have no backing. You have no people. You have been excommunicated from your people. So please, brother, refrain from coming on any black podcast, any black channel, and touching upon subjects that pertains to blacks and Chicano. You're not qualified. You're not certified. You don't have the authorization. You don't have the authority. You don't have the backing. You don't have the consent to speak on anything as it pertains to blacks because you're not one of us. Even though you say, well, history says the Latino, Chicano, Mexicano community, they don't fuck with you. They say you're all bad, brother. So, on behalf of my people, and I'm good with my people, I would really appreciate it if you don't speak upon issues, topics, and events that pertain to blacks and Chicano, Mexicano, Latinos. You can't do it. Your people have sent you into exile. There's people who look like you who wish to do you bodily harm because they don't like you and they don't like what you did to that little girl. Now there's more accusations that and allegations that I won't bring to the internet because it's not for me to do that. Your people's going to do that. And here you have your big homie or your ex big homie calling us mayates after he didn't, pleaded to me in past videos. I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. And then you call us mayates. Tried to call me a racist, but I have yet to call you all the WB, the B word, the S word, or any other derogatory word. But I'm the racist for calling out racism. You're just like your white superiors. Whenever a black man calls out injustices and racism, y'all automatically say he's a racist. No, he's a realist, and he's not going to quiet himself and allow you all to be his puppeteer and betray his people. No, not going to do that. Black Fatigue is real says every race has weirdos. Look at Diddy and Bill Cosby. Okay, that's some very white people shit to say. And we can go through, we can do tit for tat, SPM, and other individuals that I can talk about. SPM having sex with his daughter's best friends, little girls, impregnate them and threaten them if they say something. So you want to talk about Diddy and Bill Cosby? Who did Diddy take some PUSSY from or some DICK from? Do you know why they went after Diddy? Since you want to be like your oppressors and be like the Europeans, oh look at Diddy and Bill Cosby. Do you know why they went after Bill Cosby? Do you know that Hugh Hefner was notorious for trafficking underage girls and having them at the Playboy mansion for the sake of entrapment? Did you know that Bill Cosby was in uh, 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 negotiations to purchase NBC and they say, no, that's too much power for a nigga? Did you know that Diddy was filing a multi-billion-dollar claim or suit against the individuals who created Ciroc and the other drink? There's power moves being made in the black community that your people haven't even come up to understand. So you can go ahead and take these false narratives and all this and all that and say this and say that, but who did Diddy, RAPE, who did he take something from? Do you know what they tried Diddy with, since you want to be like the white people that come on here and utter this bullshit? Was Diddy a saint? Nah. Was he into some freaky shit? Definitely. Now, that motherfucker was into some freaky shit. But we're not about to berate the brother because his perverted, you know, preference and all this and all that. We're not going to berate him. Your people got a lot of freaky fetishes and all this. Your people, some of your people is in Tijuana right now, still in pussy. A guy who's a Hispanic just got beat up on Figueroa for trying to steal pussy. Pulled out a knife, tried to slice her throat. She pepper sprayed him. Help, help, help. The other street workers went over and they start beating his ass. So what are you talking about? See, you can play that shit with them, but you're not going to play that shit right here on Bobby A's Imperial Vision. We don't play like that. You go to them and play this bullshit that you're trying to play because I don't motherfucking play. Black Fatigue says every race have weirdos. Dumbass cry about it. We're not crying. You just came on here and high lip that. But I believe Pancho Villa. Hold on, let me do some research on Pancho Villa because I think it was some crazy shit associated with his name. Hold on. Whoa, dude. Hold the fuck on, dude. So you just opened Pandora's box with your stupid ass. Hold on. First, let me give the people a backstory of who this historical Mexican individual is. Pancho Villa, which is a historical and prominent figure in Chicano culture in the Mexican country. Francisco Pancho Villa was a Mexican revolutionary guerrilla leader and politician. He was a key figure in the Mexican Revolution, which forced out President and dictator Porfirio Diaz and fought Francisco I. Madero to power in 1911. When Madero was ousted by a coup led by General Vicentariano Huerta in February 1913, Villa joined the anti-Huerta forces in the Constitutionalist Army led by Venustiano Carranza. After defeat in exile of Huerta in July 1914, Villa broke with Carranza. Villa dominated the meeting of revolutionary generals that excluded Carranza and helped create a coalition government Emiliano Zapata and Villa became formal allies in this period. Like Zapata, Villa was strongly in favor of land reform but did not implement it when he had power. Villa served as the provisional governor of Chihuahua from 1913 to 1914. This is him, Pancho Villa. And then we're going to get into Pancho Villa. That's Pancho Villa. All right, now let's get into this. Was Pancho Villa a grapist? Please take the G off and just keep the R-A-P-I-S-T. An individual who likes to steal pussy. They like to steal what? Pussy. What they like to steal? Pussy. They be stealing what? Pussy. Vagina. Vajayjay. Coochie. By force. Yeah, Pancho Villa was the type of person that stole pussy by force. He stole the vajayjay. He stole the coochie. He was so addicted to the coochie and blinded by the coochie that he had to take it by force. Give me the coochie. That's Pancho Villa. Was Pancho Villa a notorious coochie taker? Not only was he a notorious coochie taker, he was also on some Jack Ripper type SHIT. You know Jack Ripper, the Caucasian guy that was in somewhere in Europe. I believe it may have been the UK or Ireland, Scotland, England, wherever, one of them places. Jack the Ripper used to take pussy. He used to take what? Pussy. What he used to take? Pussy. And then Pancho Villa did the same thing. He had more to hide. He had more to lose because it was a political figure. He was fighting for the reform of Mexico. But let's get into it. Yes, numerous historical accounts and sources describe Pancho Villa as a pussy taker. A what? Pussy taker. What, he used to take the pussy. Why? You don't know. We just know he used to take the pussy. And mentioned that both he and his men committed acts of actual, put an S in front of it, violence during the Mexican Revolution. While many legends portray him as being a complex Robin Hood figure who fought for the poor, historical accounts from various sources include personal family stories and historical analysis also detail a brutal side of his character and the actions of his army. So we talking about what we talking about. So you tried to come on here and say this and say that, but one of the key individuals in your community or in your country was known for doing what? Taking a pussy. That's never honorable. That's never cool. So when you see these guys who glorify Pancho Villa and got the tattoos of him with the guns and all this, whoa, hold on. When we start tattooing rapists on us, pussy takers. That man took the pussy. Never cool. It's too much out here to be going around taking it. If you're that awkward and socially incapable of, hey baby, how you doing? It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Bobby A. Jones. And no disrespect, you're a very beautiful lady, and I'm pretty sure guys say this all the time. But I think whatever you think, or hey baby, how you doing? My name is Bobby A. Jones. I seen you across the room, and I just wanted to come over here and take a chance on faith, and baby, ask you, can I get your number? Simple engagement through communication. But there's people who knows that you can come and you can go buy some pussy. You ain't gotta take it, go buy some pussy. Go buy that shit, it's for sale. They got it for sale in Las Vegas. They got pussy for sale in California. They got pussy for sale everywhere. You ain't gotta fight it and take it. Give a few dollars, shit, give it to you. I'm just saying, man, it's too much pussy out here for you to be taking it. And we can go modern day and talk about other individuals in your community and your race that's known for taking pussy. Mr. 62, Mr. M6279 says, what the fuck does that have to do with what's going on today? You have a consistent case of diarrhea of the mouth. No, your people do. That brother do. This dude tried to talk about Diddy and Bill Cosby. You can't name a black historical figure that was known for taking pussy. They used to throw pussy at him. Our people was getting your women to come and give them pussy. That's what it has to do with it. Establishing a case that your people are are notorious for taking majority of your people. Broad generalization shows the depths of a person's ignorance. But your people are notorious for taking pussy. Even today, there's Mexican men following women around the store and smelling their assholes and sniffing them and masturbating, walking up to them, ejaculating on kids and shit. So what are we talking about? Big Boss 5-1 say, what up though? Yeah, yeah, man. I'm super cool and like a deep freezer, staying chilly like a breeze, man. Fighting a good fight. Individuals want to come after our people, and somebody got to stand up and fight back with statistical data, with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, patience, and a cold mouthpiece. Shorty McGriff said, y'all seen what happened to the leader of the Wooty Woo Woo in oh yeah, that's some heavy shit right there. I don't want to say it because you know what I mean, but what you saying is some real shit. Every race has weirdos, you dumb mother. So why would you try to highlight my people as if my people are the epitome of weirdos? Like you did that. You did that, I rebuttal, and now it's a problem. Don't bring it, don't invite me to the party if you don't want me to dance. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't invite me to the party if you don't want me to dance. Jose, you're calling me disrespectful words and it's not hurt my feelings. Hey man, I'm gonna get up off this thing, man, before they become more bothered and irritated by the level of truth that I bring. Wait, I'm gonna drop the link for one of them. Let's see, man. Let's drop the link for one of them. Let's see if they dare to go or no. None of their men have gone before. Come up and have a conversation with me. Let's have a conversation. To the Hispanic individuals who are a part of this community, come up. Let's have a conversation. I want the Hispanics, not the brothers right now, just the Hispanics. Or we can keep it even. If a Hispanic come up, I'll bring a brother up. I'll remove myself and let the brother and the Hispanic have some dialogue. But to the Hispanic people, they got so much to say in the chat. Keyboard warriors, come up. Let's have a conversation. They coward. I got 100 if they won't. My brother got $100 for you. Typically, I will offer a cash reward or award, whichever one is politically correct. I would offer finances, but not at this one. So y'all come up, man. Like let's stop playing. Stop being a coward. Stop hiding behind a computer. I can't bam. I can't two-piece you through the camera. You understand what I'm saying? And I have no desire to two-piece you. But come up, because now you're making your people look inferior. Now you're making your people look as if they're cowards. Marvelous, marvelous ink, marvelous minds. Whatever you are, pull up. You like to talk and you like to run your mouth about black facts, black history, thinking that you are the teacher of blacks. Bring your ass up here. I'm not about to give you shit for you to come on here and embarrass yourself. Not a motherfucking thing. But if you want to have this dialogue and you want to say this about these people, and all this, bring your facts. I will bring my facts and we can have a discussion. We can't have a debate because I will fuck you over. Take me up on a challenge. Pull your bitch ass up and let's have a conversation, bitch. Hold on, let me drop it again. Because all I hear is inferior minded individuals running a fucking dick sucking. Yo, peace and blessings, King. How are you?
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, big dog. Turn the light on, Edie.
Man, wait. How you just get that light on like that?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Snap, snap.
That's crazy,
Hey,
cuz.
you know your boy's a genius, right?
Yeah.
So lights on, light, lights off,
Hell no, cuz. That's
lights on.
crazy. Hey, nah, cuz. You fooling me right now.
Look,
Oh, that's dope, cuz on PJ. That's fly. For sure, for sure. What's the deal with you, Heedy?
oh man, look. So, so
You cut your hair?
I'm nah. I ain't never come on here. I just got it in a little pullback. You
Oh, for
feel me?
sure, for
Out
sure,
the
for
way.
sure, for sure. For sure, for sure.
So what people don't understand is a couple of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand cultural parasitic behavior.
Mm-hmm. We can't hear you no more, Edie. We can't hear you. You muted yourself. All right, we
All
can hear
right,
you
there
now.
you go.
Hey,
All
but
right,
look,
so
listen,
like
listen,
I
listen,
said,
listen, listen, listen. Hold on, just real quick. Just let me interject real quick and real quick, and I'm gonna let you cook. Be mindful that a lot of people watch my shit, and anything that you say, the public can see, they can witness, and all that. So I just want to say that because a
yeah,
lot of people come on here, say some incriminating shit, and it can, you know what I mean. But do
yeah,
your thing.
for sure. No, I'm just gonna touch on the on just touch on the on basis, right? Is like this, right? So ingrained behavior
Mm-hmm.
embedded in a person's DNA that becomes a first thought mentally is is it's the perverted mindset of culture that doesn't have a structure and isn't built on a structure.
Right.
That's like when you go out in the wilderness and you get a wild dog and you bring it into your kennel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna act like the other dogs.
Right.
It's gonna be wild. It's
Right.
gonna do things that the other dogs is gonna look like. And then after a while, the other dogs is gonna be like, we don't condone that, and then they gonna exile them, attack it, and all that, right?
Right.
Versus grabbing a puppy, bringing a puppy, and having a puppy raised. Now,
Mm-hmm.
now I say that to say this: when we as a people went and fought in that revolution, in that Mexican Revolution, for independence of for them for their independence, for because we saw that on this part of the equator, we'll say that on this part of the equator, this is what was being done. And when people hear about what's being done, they come and they try to mimic the same things. So
Right.
when our people seen that these people were indigenous too and a part of us, let me say again, a part of us, a descendant of us,
Right.
we went to their defense because once again there was a European presence that was trying to take over, enslave, kill, you know what I mean, dominate them. And we had just been doing this for over X amount of years, and we had just been deliberated from this. So we like, okay, now the Buffalo Soldiers and all the the Afro African American soldiers, Union soldiers, and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
went down there and linked up with people who was like, oh, that's a black brother. Oh, that's your name. Oh, okay, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? We link up with y'all, man. Hey, this is what's going on down here, man. We need y'all help. Don't trip. When we finish handling this business up here, we'll come down there and help you handle that business down there.
Right.
Now, fast forward 300 years, 350, 400 years to now. We still got that mentality, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let us handle this right here. Let's get our backyard situated. Now we gonna address this issue.
Right.
Now we gonna put, like you said, put belt to ass. Because at the end of the day, it's like this. You feel me? You're lost. We're not lost. Because to know where you're going, you got to know where you're being. You got to know where you came from. So if you deny where you came from, then everything from the moment that your mind made that denial of the truth, everything else has been a lie.
Right.
So really, you're deceiving yourself. Really, you're not understanding the depth of the concept of truth at all in any shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this too. We as a people are always going to be that compassionate, you know what I'm saying, that loving people. You feel me? That people that's always going to lend that hand, that's always going to pick a person down up off the ground. You know what I'm saying? When they fall, if a person fall and can't and don't know how to get up, we going to pick them up. We're going to liberate people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show people how to think outside the box. We're going to show people things that they never even understood that they even had within their self.
Righteous.
And we're also gonna be that powerhouse,
Right.
because when it gets to a point where it gets to a point where everything where everything comes to a boiling head and people start saying things like like the boy said, like in that thing, oh, you went to go talk to the Mayates.
Mm.
Really? Hmm. Okay. All right. Like the other dude said, African booty scratchers. Hmm.
Right.
Okay. Test your DNA. Test your DNA, and if you don't got a lick of melanin in you, then I'll let you slide on that. But when you test your DNA and you notice that you're gonna be a certain percentage of African, then be quiet.
Right.
Allow yourself to humble yourself, be quiet, and learn. Because at the end of the day, it's a Willie Lynch. It's a Willie Lynch letter all over again. You feel me? Put the light ones against the dark ones.
Right.
The field ones.
Right.
So now that you know that we all come from the same thing, we're all up against the same people, being manipulated by the same people
Mm-hmm.
to destroy ourselves in the same fashion, to destroy each other in the same fashion. When are you going to swallow your pride, you feel me, and say, okay, you know, we are still a strong people. They're a strong people. You know what I mean? We come from them. We're just going to put that out there. We come from them. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Think about this. When you think of who your daddy is, yay. When you think of who your uncles is, yay. You know what I'm saying? When you think of who your brother is, who your sister is, who your mama is, period, anything.
Right.
And you like, that's the family I come from.
Right.
When you see that you come from the elite, why would you deny it? Why would you run away from that? Why wouldn't you embrace that?
Right.
And because you don't embrace it, that's what makes motherfuckers able to do exactly what they doing to your folks that's out here right now, ice chasing motherfuckers down, kicking them in the ass, slamming them on their heads, taking babies from motherfuckers and everything like that, because you create a situation where you blatantly divide yourself from people who are you a descendant to.
Right.
Now it's that Illuminati veil.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna put this veil over your head to where it's like a crowd of people, and the motherfucker way in the back, off with his head. Then the motherfucker way over here off to the other side, off with his head. The
Right.
motherfucker way over here, the other side, off with his head.
Right.
All these first people who were saying off with his head, you know what I'm saying, is the motherfuckers who want to get the whole crowd to start chanting off with his head.
Right.
So now you done put yourself in a position to where you make enemies so that when they do what they want to do to you, don't nobody care about it.
Right.
You've made yourself a enemy of people. See, that's the reason why you have people who are so behind the African American community.
We just need to up our intelligence
Yep.
more in general.
The reason the reason why you have people that's so behind the African American community is because we have been a compassionate people and we have withstand so much, and we have not subjected ourselves or downgraded ourselves to to their level
Right.
of savageness. We haven't digressed that. We haven't went down. We stayed humble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time, but a change gonna come. You feel
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? Sam
Right.
Cooke said, you know what I mean? So So it's like, but then you got these individuals who does savage things, kidnap people, cut people's heads off, cut people's fingers off, hung people from overpasses, just over the sake of making a statement. You've created a hate from multiple different angles. So now when you're actually getting done wrong, because I say, yeah, they're getting done wrong, period. Because if I'm gonna sit here, if I'm gonna come on here and say what point out the flaws within your group, I'm gonna also point out the atrocities that you're being subject to as well. Because you got to be fair. So you're getting done wrong, and people don't care because the examples that you have been showing the world of how your people operate.
I just want to interject real quick. How
Now,
are they being
okay.
done wrong as it pertains to ICE? And then we're gonna let the young Hispanic brother talk as well. But how are they being done by what ICE is doing to them?
Oh, you kind of coming across
Can you
messed
hear me?
up. I can't really hear you good.
Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you, but it's kind of sounding weird though.
Damn. I was saying
Okay,
how
you
are they
back
being
good.
done? I
You
was saying
good.
how are they being done but wrong by ICE?
Okay. This now mind you, if you're not a citizen, you know what I'm saying, the law is the law. That you pertain you that your law is citizenship law, that's not wrong. But the manner in which they're going about things, you feel me, snatching babies from people and all this and all that, and like kicking people and slamming people and everything like that. Okay, like
That's
you
child's
know
play,
the
Edie.
extra shit.
That's child's play. They fed our babies to
Yeah,
alligators. They used our baby as alligator bait.
yeah,
They're taking our kids from stable homes and putting them in the custody of DCFS so they can be either prisoners or sex workers. What they're doing to them who comes here
yeah,
illegally and expose themselves to these consequences by their own choosing, that shit is child's play. They killing our
yeah,
babies in the streets like Tamir Rice. They're gunning our babies down.
yeah,
They're putting our babies in correctional institutions that's for grown men. That's what they doing to our
yeah,
babies. People are coming here
yeah,
illegally, knowing the risk, knowing the consequences, the associated consequences, and they still come here. So you did that to your own baby. The American government didn't do
yeah.
that. You did that.
I agree. I agree with that as well. I agree with that as well. You feel me? The only thing that I'm saying is that you come over here illegally, that's wrong.
Right.
Whatever you know the consequences for that. But
Right.
I don't think that anybody deserves to have their child snatched from them at all, whether you black, white, Asian, Mexican, or anything like that. That's the only part that I'm on. Like, you feel me? It's like,
That's
you
that's
know,
an that's
you can
that's
have
an
a little bit.
associated risk. That's an associated risk. They knew the
Yeah,
consequences before they came over here. That's like me going out there doing some
yeah,
dumb shit, stealing or doing some shit I know I don't supposed to do. And then when the police come, they mismanage or they mistreat my kids. I put my kids in that situation. So I gotta hold myself accountability to say, damn, man, I did some stupid shit. Now the stupid shit that I did has negatively affected my kids. So if you come here illegally, they sending your ass back illegally, which isn't really
yeah,
illegally, but they're doing what they're doing. You got to understand, you're dealing with white folks. Anytime you give them an inch, they take a mile. And I'm against the
that part.
mistreatment of kids. I am totally against
Yeah,
the mistreatment of kids, but we do have to hold adults, no matter they're black, white, Caucasian, anything, we got to hold them motherfuckers accountable.
yeah, you're right. Hey, you know what? You know what? You're right. You're right.
And you are
You're
too,
right.
nigga. You my nigga, and I
You're
love
right.
you.
You're right. Accountability is key. Accountability is key in that aspect because there is especially when there's a right way to get to do what you need to do. When there's a right way to do what you need to do, then you have to be accountable for doing it the wrong way.
especially when you're trying to weaponize your kids. You're trying to use your
Exactly.
kids as leverage. I'm gonna take my kids over here, put them in school, and then they have stability over there. They're not gonna send me back. No, they are. Or I'm gonna go over
Yeah.
there. I'm gonna have kids and use my kids as leverage. No, if I go to the Jordan Downs and we're not on good terms with them, and I say, well, I'm gonna take my kids so they don't whoop my ass. If you got some heartless niggas, say, man, fuck them kids, nigga. We still gonna whoop your ass, and we gonna
We're gonna
boot
whoop
these
you
kids.
and your kids.
That's on me as a parent.
Yeah, yeah. On everything. On everything.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, but they coming into
yeah,
our community and they're taking our kids out of stable, loving homes just because the homegirl got into it with another homegirl. She called DCFS, said ain't no food in the refrigerator, said ain't this and said ain't that. We gonna let
yeah.
brother Madarian speak. It's a brother. You ain't got to go nowhere though. It's a
Yeah.
brother named Chicano Native on here that want to say something as well. We're gonna bring Chicano Native up and see what he
Mhm.
has to say. Chicano
Let's see
Native,
you out. Let's see you out.
Hey, how's it going? Good afternoon to you, young gentlemen.
bless up, brother, bless up.
Yeah, so I was agreeing with what he was saying though, but it looks like you're trying to say two wrongs don't make a right. Like nobody's saying that feeding the kids to the alligators is right. So I agree with the other guy was saying as far as them snatching up the kids. Now that ain't right. Now was are they here illegally? Yes, but that still doesn't make it right. And they've been doing other stuff that's not right, that ain't right either. For example, they've been stopping a lot of immigrants, not just Mexican, also a lot of Nigerian, Haitian, Somalian immigrants that are really citizens of this country, but they've been taken to ICE facilities and having them there for like what, a week, 2 weeks at a time, then releasing them. There was actually a guy who was actually a veteran of the Marine Corps. They pepper sprayed him and did him pretty dirty. They got his dad, pepper sprayed them, and they uh to find out later they ended up being an actual citizen, and their whole family was in the Marines. They were from Oxnard. Their whole
Mhm.
family was serving in the Marines. One of them got shot over there. So there's different things that ICE is doing that is. I mean, if you agree with it, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
Nope, didn't say that I agree with it. What I'm saying is that that's an associated risk when you come here illegally. Mistreating kids,
It's
in
an
my opinion,
associated risk being looking like a Hispanic and being and you were born here. How is that an associated risk?
when you come here illegally, see what you're trying to do is get into a
No, but
game of
these guys were
semantics. No,
citizens. These guys
hold
were
on. You made a
citizens.
statement. You made a statement, big dog. Let's not equivocate and filibuster. You made a statement. You made it seem like I am in favor of the mistreatment that they're putting on these kids. Any hurting of kids, whether sexually or non-sexually, is fucked up and it shouldn't be going down. But as responsible adults, you have to deal with and know the associated risk that you're going to deal with when you come here illegally or go anywhere illegally. That's what I'm talking about. As far as
Hey,
them doing what they doing to the kids,
real
that's
quick.
fucked up, and I don't support it.
Hey, real quick. Could I bring a scenario real quick? I'm, I'm gonna say out a scenario. So, if there's a Hispanic family who has property or like is actually responsible citizens, even though they're undocumented, and there's another couple living within that house, they're all the
Who
same
is it?
ethnicity. Yeah, but the couple who's renting the house are citizens, but but they're not good representing citizens in that way. You know what I mean? Just bad people in general. If ICE comes and basically plants these two families in different, you know what I'm saying, in different rooms, who would you think would be the most likely to be deported? Because that's the thing. Because that's the thing. The couple who don't have papers but is actually documented on public records, of course they're gonna be they're gonna be fronted. But the one who are citizens, they're just gonna be there. Even though they have a bad track record, they have a bad track record with law enforcement, with all that stuff. But that's just a scenario for all y'all hearing this.
All right, I'm gonna chime in on that because this is the whole situation. Is
It's
this?
kind of complicated, yeah. It's
It's
complicated.
it's complicated, but there is always going to lead back to one thing. They're going by the what their law is,
Yeah, the
and what
law,
their
man.
law what and what their law is that that undocumented family or couple who is doing everything right did one thing wrong that made everything that they did right nullified. So what they're
Mm.
saying is that we don't care if we don't care if you're working for us. We don't care if you're working. We don't care if you're paying bills. We don't care if you're acting as a law abiding citizen.
Right, right. All
We're
that's
gonna
right.
let you. We're gonna let you break your back for us. We're gonna let you do all this stuff. And when
Right,
the time comes for us to come and get you, and you don't and take you, you're out of here. Now, mind you,
right,
the first
right.
thing they're gonna say is that you should have did it the right way. You should have went and got your citizenship or did this or filed this or filed that. You know what I'm saying? And once they say that, it's gonna be like, now I don't have nothing to say because they're telling me the truth based off of the law.
Yeah, I
So
think here's the problem that most people have with it. So when Trump was running for office, he ran and he told the people that he was just gonna go after the criminals, like the gangbangers and stuff. Which naturally, I didn't have a problem with that because if you grew up in the hood in the early 2000s, like that stuff would happen all the time. If you were a homie and you didn't have any papers, you were getting deported. That's why if you go to TJ and to a lot of border towns, there's a bunch of homies right there because they all got deported, right? So nobody was really tripping when he was doing that. I think what has people upset is them going after like the corn man, the tamale lady who is not a member. They don't know nothing about street life. Like the people working at Home Depot, like literally that's like another culture different from Chicano culture. Like they're like I guess you could say innocent bystanders, and you don't really see the gangbangers getting caught up.
That's
I
heavy,
think
brother.
that's what most people have a problem with.
That's heavy. That's unfortunate. But you all decided to partnership and have an alliance with the white folks, and you didn't learn from the mistreatment that they inflicted on the black folks by using chicanery and subterfuge that they are liars. They are people who
You said a partnership. Who's having a partnership? Like where does that come from? Like you
you
lost
said
me with that one.
hold on, you said the homies, which indicates that you all haven't you okay, you said the homies, which indicates that you are Sorani or Southsider, correct?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with Trump and the partnership?
You all have an alliance with the Aryan Brotherhood. Your
That
ally.
has nothing to do with American politics,
This has some. This does have to do a lot with American politics.
bro. They're criminals as well, bro. The Aryan Brotherhood are criminals. They're in prison just like us.
Okay,
They
so
ain't out here.
this is what I'm saying. Let me disambiguate. You
Okay,
all,
yeah, because you kind of had me lost here a little bit.
no, it's all good. I'm gonna disambiguate. I'm gonna elucidate, brother. You all have been cozy with white folks for all this duration of time, and you haven't learned the trickery that they employ in order for them to accomplish their endeavors. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, damn, bro. I mean, most Mexicans voted for the Democrats, which I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I don't. I mean, I don't get the connection there. You're trying to
Once again,
connect a criminal. You're
once
trying to
again,
connect a criminal organization, which is the Aryan Brotherhood. That's what they are.
so
They're
this
not getting any passes
we're talking about
by
the
the
nature
government.
of individuals. We're
They're
talking about
slammed
well,
down just like us.
a particular type of people. We're talking
well,
about the
look,
nature of a particular type of people, my brother. That's what
Yeah,
we're talking about.
but they're
You're trying to
slammed down too,
relegate it,
though.
huh?
I said the Aryan Brotherhood, they're slammed down just like us. They don't get no passes from the government.
I think you're missing the point, brother. But
actually, 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 let me chime in right quick, eh?
yes, sir.
Actually, when you act Los Angeles Police Department, there was an article in 2011 where they showed that there was a presence, a very vast presence of Aryan Brotherhood members, as well as skinhead members and white supremacist members within their ranks. In 2010, they had in Donovan State Prison, they had they had officers who were federally indicted They were federally indicted because they were all affiliated with what they call a Greenwald gang. Now the Greenwald gang has been equated, or how could, for lack of better words, comprised of Hispanic, white, and some black, but they don't really too much deal with the African American officers. And my information is that where my sources that I get is my ex-wife. She was a correctional officer for 7 years, and
Oh
she
yeah,
quit
for sure.
behind the.
There's corrupt correctional officers. That's for sure. I mean,
Now,
not
Let me let
that's
me let
what
me
now
they
look,
chime
mean.
in
this is
on this
another
because
thing I'm going to tell you. You have
I'm from LA.
senators that are white supremacists.
I'm from LA, and
Facts.
I'm from the San Fernando Valley to be exact. All those gangs in the valley are racist. The Mexican, the 13 gangs, they're racist. The Canoga Parks was hanging monkeys off people's porches, like black people porches. All the gangs that push, they get illegals from Mexico to come bang the gangs in the valley or all over LA. Really, and y'all don't want to talk about how when if a black person kill a person in the Mexican gang related, they will kill any black person. Put a green light on the whole black community. They try to at least in LA. Like so, yeah. So so it's making sense now that they linked up with the Aryan Brotherhood.
See, but here's the thing. Like that's a totally different conversation. We were talking
No,
about ICE and
this is the
no, it's
conversation
not. We're
that
talking
needs to
about
be
ICE
had.
and but now we're having a different conversation.
No, we're having the conversation that needs to be had. Because how are you going to call the Aryan Brotherhood a criminal organization but not call the South Side as a criminal organization when we know they're
No,
not?
there obviously are because they're slammed down. I just said they're no different from us. Like I
Okay.
don't know, bro. Like I don't know where your IQ is
And
at, bro. I
okay,
just said that.
since we're on this conversation,
You tell me
let's
all
talk
the
about
your
what happened in
IQ is at.
'93 when y'all had to join the Mexican mafia.
That's a different comment. We could go
No,
there, but
that's the
that's a different
conversation.
conversation. I want you to talk about ICE, and
When y'all
you
had to
guys are
start
taking it
joining the Mexican
to
mafia, and y'all had to start putting in work to
whoa,
be
whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I don't know what you're
with
talking
certain
about
gang.
there,
Come
bro.
on
I'm
now,
not
nigga, I'm
gonna
from
speak
Baton,
about
bro.
all that there.
I'm from North
Hey,
Hollywood,
man.
bro.
There's
I
some
know
things
how
I
it's
won't
felt if
speak
you needed
online.
certain
So,
ways to
hey,
live in your house.
respectfully, I'm out of here, Bobby. Like,
You
I'm
needed
out
to
of here.
know
I'm
that
not
you
gonna
Much
talk
love,
about all that.
much love, my Chicano brother.
All right, man. You have a good one and Merry Christmas and
All right,
Happy New
Merry
Year's.
Christmas to you and your family, big dog. Much love.
All right, man. Blessings.
All right, blessings.
I mean, it's
Hey, that
kind of
was
crazy
cool,
to me how
man. Hey, that was
they don't want
cool,
to be
man. We ain't
accountable.
call each other, nothing disrespectful and none of that and all this and all that, man. That was pretty cool, man. That was dope, man. To all my people out there, man. Listen, it's drawing close to that time. You feel me, man? Shout out to my player partner Chaos, man. I love you tremendously, man. Shout out to my partner, my other partner. Damn, where his name go? Hold on, where my partner name go, man? Forgive me, my vision is a little off. He know who he is, man. Shout out to everybody that came and was a part of this discussion, this panel. Let's do it again. If not tonight, then tomorrow, whenever we have the opportunity to, or whenever the Hispanics show that they are anti-black and that their politics is rooted in anti-blackness, and they can't hide the way that they feel towards blacks. Let's have this conversation. I appreciate you all, Too Black, Too Strong. Shout out to the Latino community, the Chicano community, the African American community. Shout out to all of us, and hopefully we can get to a place to where we can stand up against the power structure that is subjugating all of our people. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, definitely be blessed, man. It's your player partner, Bobby WJ. Bobby Imperial Vision, Too Black, Too Strong. We all we need, we all we got. All power to all people. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in it. I love y'all, man. Happy holidays to you all. Merry Christmas Eve. Is that correct to say Merry Christmas Eve? Oh, celebrate it, though, you feel what I'm saying? But Merry Christmas Eve, man. I love y'all. I love my Latino people, Chicano, Mexicano people. We love y'all, dog. But y'all got to shape up and get right, dog, because we're going to call you out on your racist views and your bullshit, and it's all out of love. We can put belt to ass in a loving fashion to get you to shape up and fly right. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. The black, the white, the Asians, the Samoans, the Tongas. Shout out to everybody. Happy holidays to you all, man. God bless y'all. I'm going off this thing. I gotta eat. I ain't ate nothing all day but some goddamn pistachios and shit like a goddamn bird, man. I love y'all. I'm gone.